This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 5 hurt in St. Andrew bus crash during curfew hours. 5 people have been hospitalized after a Toyota Coaster bus overturned in Mount James, St. Andrew last night. One motorist told the news some of the occupants appeared to be badly injured. The injuries include cuts and broken limbs. The incident happened during the hours of the nightly curfew. According to the police, a mechanic was driving the bus to meet a new driver after an alleged fallout between the owner and the original driver. During that journey, the bus ran off the roadway and into the ditch, one cop told the news. Record workers seeking to remove the mangled bus encountered further troubles when the chain being used to haul the bus broke, sending the bus further into the ditch. Community barber gunned down on Red Hills Road. A man was gunned down on Red Hills Road on Sunday. Reports from residents are that sometime after 4 p.m., the man was walking in his community when he was approached by men on motorbikes who opened a fire on him. Residents say the deceased was a barber in the community who operated out of a popular shop in the area. As Christmas nears, goat owners quake. When Margaret Jenkins purchased a black and white ram for $25,000 for a get-together at Christmas, the last thing she expected was for it to be snatched from her veranda. When she woke up last Wednesday, the only sign left behind with which the animal had been tied. The frightening experience is that the goat was close to the house when it thieved, Jenkins said. Jenkins' heartbreak in the rural community of Point Hill, St. Catherine, is not unfamiliar. As Christmas time nears, goats, especially rams, are akin to gold in Jamaica, with thieves plundering farms with impunity. We just have to now seek a next goat for the occasion, as the owner gone with the rammy, Jenkins quipped in resignation. Praedial larceny is widespread in Jamaica, costing conservatively $6 billion annually. But the quantum of the loss for many small farmers goes beyond mere dollars and cents, representing for some the only means of financing the dreams of education for their children. Although the Agriculture Ministry has boasted an 80% increase in praedial larceny arrests between 2019 and 2020, those interventions represent a smidgen of the cases, as the vast majority go unreported. But residents in West Central St. Catherine say that goats aren't the only target of thieves who have stolen cable, thus causing a blackout in some communities. 5 months there is no internet in Duxes and Point Hill as thieves moved the cables. We need to have some remedy before Christmas, Michael Beecher, a taxi operator, said. Head of operations in St. Catherine North, Deputy Superintendent Linroy Edwards, said the police would mobilize manpower to curtail crime throughout the division. We are aware that thieves are active, especially this time of year, but we remain resolute and will be using our resources in an effort to keep the residents safe, Edwards said. St. Anne's Bay Market gets a facelift thanks to TEF. The St. Anne's Bay Market has benefited from a facelift valued at $1.5 million thanks to a donation from Tourism Enhancement Fund. According to Dallas Dickinson, counselor for the St. Anne's Bay Division, work was carried out during October to November and is the start of a larger project which will continue next year. Some painting and remedial work was done mostly on the front section along Main Street and Market Street, Dickinson told the news. Hopefully in the new financial year, other areas will be addressed like stalls and sanitary conveniences. I'm not sure of any further TEF funding, but we will approach it from the ministerial level, the Ministry of Local Government, he added. On Thursday, Mayor of St. Anne's Bay, Sidney Stewart, confirmed that an estimate of just over $13 million has been prepared and the additional work could begin in January. I think we would love to commence in the month of January, Stewart said. When that is done, it will put us in a position where we can take all the vendors off the street of St. Anne's Bay and put them in the market. Stewart said the market has been brought to an acceptable condition before vendors are mandated to use the facility. That's one of the things I want to do. That is primary. Before I force these people off the streets, we are working on that. The work on the St. Anne's Bay market follows a $15 million upgrade for the Brownstone market, which was completed earlier this year. Currently, a beautification project is underway in that town. Several people rushed to hospital after Mandela Highway crash. Several people have been rushed to hospital following a traffic accident involving a minibus and a garbage truck on the Mandela Highway in St. Andrew. Reports are that about 5:45 p.m., the minibus was traveling along the roadway towards Kingston when it collided with a garbage truck that was traveling in the same direction and overturned. Hard NSTA Trust ready to train ex-cons. Young men in St. James who had difficulty getting into the formal sector as it relates to training and employment opportunities because of their criminal past will not have that hurdle to climb going forward, as the Hart NSTA Trust has decided to give them a chance to benefit from its technical vocational education and the training program. Novlet Denton Prince, acting managing director at the Hart NSTA Trust, made that announcement during Thursday's St. James stakeholders meeting, which had National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang, Member of Parliament for St. James Northwest, among the participants. At Hart NSTA, we don't discriminate as far as persons with criminal records are concerned. We don't turn back anyone, said Denton Prince, explaining the opportunities available to ambitious young men during a roundtable discussion. The discussion formed a part of a wider stakeholders consultation held under the theme Transforming St. James, Bridging the Gaps for Economic Growth and Development, which was staged by the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industry at the Montego Bay Convention Center. In outlining how the Hart NSTA Trust could help to meet the needs of persons with criminal records in order to re-engage them into the country's workforce, Denton Prince said having a criminal record does not deter persons from accessing the suite of training it provides. Our training is for everyone. We embrace all of our trainees. Nobody is left behind, said Denton Prince, while acknowledging that persons with criminal records, though trained by the Hart NSTA Trust, might face some challenges when seeking employment. We don't use that as a criterion for a person to come into the course. We try to find opportunities for them, she said. Employment might be a little difficult in the corporate world, but the training is also designed to create entrepreneurs to let them create jobs for themselves. Chang, who was in support of the training opportunities, said there are alternative opportunities for persons with criminal records to continue to function normally in society. They will have to apply to the Ministry of Justice to have the records expunged, said Chang. Persons can be properly trained and certified by Hart in the construction industry, which does not immediately demand that its workers are free from having a criminal record. If they have issues which do not come under the expungement regime, then we have to choose a training program that will not demand them having a record, said Chang. American on cocaine rap denied bail. Cameron Harris Love, the American woman who allegedly tried to smuggle nearly $15 million worth of cocaine out of Jamaica on December 4, has been denied bail due to not having a fixed Jamaican address following her first appearance in the St. James Parish Court on Friday. Harris Love, a 22-year-old student and business operator of a North Carolina address, appeared before presiding parish judge Keisha Grant. She was remanded until December 16 following a failed bail application on her behalf by her attorney Kadeen Coleman. During the bail application, Coleman argued that her client had come to Jamaica on vacation and had never been in any previous trouble with the law. My client indicates that she has absolutely no knowledge of the cocaine, and the police have indicated some things which she is challenging. She gave the police no trouble in searching her bag at the time of her arrest, and she has never been in any kind of trouble with the police in any kind of way, said Coleman, who also noted that Harris Love's relatives had flown into Jamaica to offer support. But in denying bail to Harris Love, Grant pointed to the prosecution's concern that the defendant did not have any Jamaican address or any local sureties who could bail her. She needs an established address with a Jamaican person, and the surety would have to be a Jamaican. She is to be remanded in custody because she has no local attachments, plus she will not be allowed to travel and her travel documents will be taken away, said Grant. The matter was subsequently set for mention on December 16 to allow time for Harris Love's relatives to find suitable local sureties for her bail. According to the allegations, on December 4 at approximately 12 noon, Harris Love was at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay preparing to board a flight to the United States when she was intercepted by members of the narcotics police. Her suitcase and handbag were searched and false compartments were reportedly found in both of them. The compartments of both pieces of luggage were allegedly found to contain cocaine, which weighed a combined 4.25 pounds, valued at $14.9 million. Harris Love was subsequently arrested and charged with possession of, dealing in, conspiracy to export and attempting to export cocaine. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.